A group of miners drilling through a cave wall make a remarkable discovery. Not of precious metals, but something far more wondrous and mysterious.
Throughout history, we've stumbled upon mysterious caves that spark our curiosity. These hidden places, tucked away underground, can potentially uncover surprising secrets. Explorers and researchers are drawn to these dark, intricate tunnels, eager to decode the mysteries they hold. Journey with us as we venture into 15 such caves. We are on a mission to uncover hidden truths that could reshape our understanding of the past. Number 15, the finest wine. The older the wine, the finer it is. Researchers have stumbled upon what may be the most ancient wine ever discovered in a captivating cave in Sicily. While the fineness of the wine might not be pleasing to the buds, this unexpected finding challenges the belief that wine only becomes better with age. Italian wines are renowned worldwide for their excellence, owing to a rich history of winemaking spanning thousands of years. Here is the crazy part. A recent archaeological revelation indicates that the winemaking tradition extends further into the past than previously thought. In a cave located on Monte Kronio along Sicily's southwest coast, researchers have uncovered traces of wine dating back approximately 6,000 years. The discovery was made by analyzing organic residue samples collected from 5 copper storage jars, unearthed in 2012 and dated to the 4th millennium BC. Scientists conducted a detailed analysis to ascertain the nature of the substance preserved in these ancient jars. The presence of tartaric acid and its salt, both byproducts of grape fermentation, was detected. This compelling evidence strongly suggests that these ancient vessels were indeed employed in the production of wine, shedding new light on the early history of winemaking in the region. Number 14. Frozen in pain. In Egypt, some French explorers found something surprising in a cave, a mummy that looked like it was screaming in pain. The mummy's face shows a lot of agony, making people wonder why. Did the person have a really painful death? But that's not the only strange thing. The mummy was buried in a simple cedar box, with its mouth wide open, hands tied behind its back, and wrapped in goat skin, which was not normal for burials in ancient Egypt. Scientists checked the mummy's DNA and thought it belonged to a prince who was executed for planning to kill Pharaoh Ramses III. He was the son of King Ramses III and met a gruesome fate. Speculations suggest that he was forced to take his own life by hanging. This punishment was a consequence of his involvement in the harem plot, which resulted in the murder of his father. Prince Pentawer's unique treatment in death was marked by his body being left without mummification and wrapped in sheepskin, a clear sign of his perceived impurity and condemnation to the afterlife. In stark contrast, other mummies were meticulously wrapped in white linen and prepared for the journey to the next world. However, the nature of the execution remains a haunting puzzle, leaving us to ponder the untold aspects of this ancient tale. What untold secrets might be concealed within the unusual burial and the haunting expression of the mummy's face? Number 13. Stone surgery. Thinking about surgeries done with stone tools might seem gruesome. Still, a recent find in a distant cave challenges our ideas about the skills and intelligence of our ancestors. An exciting archaeological discovery in the Liang Tibo cave in Borneo, Indonesia, shakes our views of the Stone Age. They found the remains of a person who lived 31,000 years ago and had undergone an amputation. The skeleton of the young individual was found without its lower left leg, suggesting a precise amputation performed by a highly skilled prehistoric surgeon, probably using stone tools. Just 100 years ago, most people undergoing amputations faced bleak outcomes, often succumbing to severe blood loss, shock, or infections that followed. The skeleton of this young individual was notably missing its lower left leg, a precision amputation believed to have been performed by a remarkably skilled prehistoric surgeon, likely utilizing stone tools. Just a century ago, the majority of those undergoing amputations would have faced grim prospects, succumbing to either severe blood loss, shock, or subsequent infections. Surprisingly, not only was the Stone Age surgical procedure a success, but the person who underwent the amputation lived for an additional 6 to 9 years, eventually passing away from natural causes. They were laid to rest respectfully, providing a captivating glimpse into ancient customs. Number 12. Hermits of Movile Cave. The residents of Movile Cave stand apart from any others on our planet. Isolated from the rest of the world for approximately 5.5 million years, a distinctive ecosystem has developed here, enduring the complete absence of sunlight and the presence of toxic air, a condition that would challenge the survival of most land-dwelling animals. Situated a short distance west of the Black Sea in Romania, the Movile Cave entered the human radar in 1986. Its discovery occurred when workers from the Socialist Republic of Romania scouted for a suitable site to construct a nuclear power plant. Venturing into the cave reveals an atmosphere with less than half the oxygen in the open air, accompanied by elevated carbon dioxide and hydrogen sulfide levels. The cave is perpetually shrouded in complete darkness, untouched by sunlight for millions of years. In the Movile Cave, scientists have identified 53 species of invertebrates. Now, here is the surprising twist. 37 of these critters only call the cave home and cannot be found anywhere else on our planet. This diverse group includes spiders, water scorpions, leeches, and a centipede species that earned the title King of the Cave in a 2020 scientific paper. These creatures have fine-tuned themselves to the cave's unusual setting. Interestingly, most of them go about their business without eyes and without bothering with flashy colors. Who needs a rainbow wardrobe or a 20/20 vision when you're navigating the total darkness of a cave? Like many ecosystems, the creatures in Movile Cave don't draw energy from the sun, but instead extract it from rocks. What sets this system apart is its dependence on chemosynthesis, a departure from the typical reliance on photosynthesis. With no sunlight and limited oxygen, bacteria in the cave perform a process where methane and sulfur are oxidized to create nutrients and microbial mats. These mats, in turn, become the sustenance for the cave's inhabitants on land and in the water. Unlike any terrestrial ecosystem, Movile Cave resembles those unique systems found near hydrothermal vents in the deep ocean, showcasing its reliance on a chemosynthetic food chain. Number 11. 175,000 stalagmite circles. Beneath the cloak of darkness within an ancient cave, a breathtaking marvel unfolds. Neanderthals surprised researchers by constructing stone circles in the Brunical Cave approximately 175,000 years ago. These circles, formed using nearly 400 stalagmites, suggest a higher social organization among Neanderthals than previously believed. Adding to the mystery, researchers discovered something even more puzzling than the stacked stalagmites themselves. Signs of fires were discovered inside these semicircles. The making of these structures required individuals with leadership skills and the ability to give guidance, make tools, and create complex patterns, all while ensuring a steady source of light. Upon reviewing the evidence from Brunical Cave near Toulouse in southwestern France, it's clear that Neanderthals were more sophisticated than we thought. In one chamber, 336 meters from the cave entrance, interesting structures, including a 7-meter-wide ring, were built using snapped stalagmites from the cave floor. Natural limestone growth has partly covered these formations. Jacques Joubert's team at the University of Bordeaux dated these growths, estimating the age of the stalagmite constructions to be around 175,000 years old, proving that they were created before modern humans arrived in Europe. This is truly fascinating, but here is the challenge. We're not sure what those hearth-like structures were all about. According to the research team, they could have been used for rituals or just to keep Neanderthals warm. The idea that they were used for rituals is particularly intriguing. It makes sense when you think about what we already know about Neanderthals. They were pretty clever, making tools and even burying their dead. Even though the stalagmite structures are a bit of a mystery, the fact that Neanderthals built them makes us realize how smart and capable they were back in the day. Number 10. See-through snails. A fascinating discovery awaits a tiny snail with a translucent glass-like shell in a mysterious cave in Croatia. Known as Zospeum tholusum, this unique snail was found over half a mile underground in Lucina Jama Trajama, one of the world's 20 deepest cave systems. It unveils a hidden world of marvels beneath the Earth's surface. Measuring just 1 millimeter across, Zospeum tholusum is part of a snail family commonly found near cave waterways. Like its Zospeum relatives, this snail has poor eyesight and limited mobility, according to scientists' observations. In 2010, researchers discovered a single living snail of this species in a chamber 0.6 miles deep underground. The chamber had a chilly temperature of around 38 degrees Fahrenheit and high humidity, and was filled with various stones, rocks, and sand. Scientists explored the cave and found the empty shells of Zospeum tholusum snails halfway into the almost vertical cave. What astonished them was that these empty shells continued to be present down to the cave's bottom, an impressive 0.86 miles below the Earth's surface. Number 9. The Longyu Caves. Farmers near Xi'anbeikun in Zhejiang Province, China, had ponds on their land. They decided to drain these ponds, but what they found beneath the water was a real mystery. When the water was gone, they uncovered 5 stone caves that were strangely made. This surprising discovery led to 19 more caves, making 24 carved-out spaces. Scholars are still puzzled by where these caves came from and how they were built, but the Longyu caves are incredibly interesting. Since they were found in 1992, people have taken care of and explored these caves. Remarkably, they are in good condition even though they have been underwater for centuries. Inside, they found objects that date back to 91 to 48 BCE, when Emperor Zhuan of Han ruled. This means the caves are more than 2,000 years old. What's truly puzzling is the lack of historical records mentioning these caves from that era. Some intriguing tales suggest that these caves might have been intentionally created more recently for tourist attractions. It's a mystery that leaves us wondering whether there's more to these ancient underwater chambers than meets the eye. Number 8. The Popcorn Man. A fascinating discovery unfolded in a cave in Altamura, southern Italy, where Altamura Man, one of the most remarkably preserved Neanderthal skeletons, was found. This cave, created by a sinkhole, housed a fossilized human skeleton exceptionally well preserved within a solid rock matrix. The remains were adorned with cave popcorn, small spot-like formations covering the bones. The formation of the popcorn texture has a simple explanation. It occurs when dissolved calcite in rainwater gradually accumulates on the surface, in this case, on the skeletal remains, which include a skull. The popcorn-like formations on the skeleton hinted at the man's unusual fate. It is believed that he fell into a sinkhole, became trapped, and perished due to starvation or dehydration, becoming encased in calcite over thousands of years. Through DNA analysis of bones protruding from the limestone rock, scientists determined that he fell into the sinkhole approximately 150,000 years ago. Trapped in the narrow confines and likely suffering injuries, he is thought to have died of starvation. Further analysis in 2020 revealed that he was an adult when he met his end. Number 7. Scrolls from the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea Scrolls are ancient manuscripts found between 1947 and 1956 in 11 caves near Khirbet Qumran on the northwestern shores of the Dead Sea. They are roughly 2 millennia old, dating from the 3rd century BCE to the 1st century CE. These scrolls were predominantly composed in Hebrew. However, some were in Aramaic or Greek, primarily written on parchment, with a few exceptions on papyrus. These scrolls cover a wide range of topics and types of writing. Some contain parts of the Hebrew Bible, like the Old Testament, but not all. There are writings from different Jewish groups, legal documents like property papers, and records about marriages and divorces. Most of the scrolls were discovered in fragmentary form, with only a few fully intact. Nevertheless, scholars have successfully reconstructed approximately 950 different manuscripts of varying lengths from these fragments. The discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls marked a significant moment in studying ancient Jewish history, offering an unprecedented literary treasure. These findings have greatly expanded our understanding of Jewish society in the land of Israel during the Hellenistic and Roman periods, shedding light on the origins of rabbinical Judaism and early Christianity. Number 6. The Sacrificial Cave in Belize, Aktun Tunichil Muknal, ATM. In Belize is a captivating ceremonial cave renowned for its wealth of artifacts and historical significance. Inside its depths, one can find unique bloodletting altars once used in sacrificial ceremonies, along with an extensive collection of over 1,400 documented artifacts, including the remains of sacrificial individuals. Archaeological evidence spans approximately 250 AD to 909 AD, revealing a long history of human utilization. According to the Belize Audubon Society, the ancient Maya regarded this cave as the abode of deities who governed agriculture and rainfall. Its name, Aktun Tunichil Muknal, translates to Cave of the Crystal Sepulchre. The cave has remained preserved since its discovery in 1989. Within its chambers lie the haunting remains of sacrificial victims. In the central chamber, the skeletal remains of 7 adults and 7 children remain firmly fused to the cave floor, a testament to the passage of centuries. One can find a tragic figure called the Crystal Maiden in another cave section. Experts suspect that she met a violent end, likely from being clubbed to death, and her bones have since become encased in calcite crystals. Number 5. A 33,000-year-old bird, claw. The Earth, with its impressive 4.54 billion-year history, has a lot of hidden secrets beyond what we typically study in school. One such secret came to light when archaeologists discovered a colossal bird-like claw that astounded the world. In 1987, a group of brave adventurers from the New Zealand Speleological Society explored the intricate cave systems nestled within Mount Owen, New Zealand. What they chanced upon was nothing short of extraordinary. They found a claw that appeared to belong to a dinosaur. This find was even more astonishing because the claw still had preserved muscles and skin tissues. It was like a page right out of the ancient past. Subsequently, archaeologists confirmed that this intriguing discovery was, in fact, the foot of an extinct bird known as the moa. These remarkable creatures vanished from our planet approximately 700 to 800 years ago, adding another layer of fascination to the story. Number 4. Oldest human footprints. Researchers found around 400 old human footprints inside Izbuk Cave in Romania's Carpathian Mountains. They thought these footprints belonged to a man, woman, and child who entered the cave through a blocked opening. They estimated the footprints to be about 10,000 to 15,000 years old based on the presence of cave bear footprints and bones. Back then, people believed cave bears disappeared around the end of the last ice age. Since the discovery, many tourists and cave explorers have visited the cave, putting these ancient footprints at risk of damage. To protect the footprints and learn more about them using modern technology, scientists studied Izbuk Cave again in the summer of 2012. Only about 25% of the human footprints originally found in the cave still exist today. The others have been destroyed. This makes it impossible to confirm some of the initial findings. The footprints don't neatly fit into 3 different sizes, and it's estimated that there were likely 6 or 7 individuals who left these prints. There are instances where bear prints overlap with human ones, which helps prove their ancient origins. Additionally, Carbon-14 dating suggests that the footprints are much older than previously believed. Unfortunately, there aren't enough footprints to measure movement details like stride length. However, scientists have created detailed three-dimensional maps of the footprints, allowing a more precise understanding of how these ancient humans moved within the cave. Number 3. Skull rack in a cave. Mexican police initially suspected a modern crime scene when they encountered a chilling discovery of about 150 human skulls in a Chiapas cave in 2012. However, subsequent research has clarified that these remains are ancient, dating back to approximately AD 900 to 1200 during the pre-Hispanic era. These skulls likely belong to victims of sacrificial rituals from that period. Juanita Garcia Godoy, a Mesoamerican scholar, wrote a book titled Digging the Days of the Dead, a reading of Mexico's Dia de Muertos, in 1998. In her book, she described how the severed heads of sacrificial victims were pierced through the temples and threaded onto poles, resembling beads on an abacus. The discovery of aligned wooden sticks alongside these skulls further reinforces the existence of a Tzompantli, as noted by the Chiapas State Attorney General's office during the initial 2012 find. Number 2. Cave of Swimmers. The Cave of Swimmers, located in the remote and inaccessible southern part of Egypt's western desert on the Gilf Kebir Plateau, was only discovered by European cartographers in 1926. This cave derives its name from the human figures painted on its walls, depicting individuals with contorted limbs resembling swimmers. Over time, it has gained worldwide recognition. In addition to the swimmers, the cave's walls feature depictions of other humans, some adorned and engaged in various activities. A meticulously engraved antelope's hoof print adds another dimension to this captivating sight. The numerous negative handprints created by the artist blowing pigment onto the rock face over splayed fingers are particularly noteworthy. Much like other rock art, these handprints simultaneously offer a sense of immediacy and an enigmatic quality. Number 1. Fossils in the deep freezer. Reindeer herders on a Siberian island made a surprising discovery when they encountered the frozen remains of a cave bear in a thawing permafrost. This marks the initial instance in 15,000 years that humans have directly encountered a live cave bear. Before this, our knowledge of the species was limited to fossils, footprints, and abandoned nests. The Bolshoi Liakovsky bear has been preserved in an anoxic deep freeze for 22,000 to 40,000 years. As a result, its muscles, skin, fur, and organs remain remarkably intact, even down to the tips of their noses, a natural mummification. The preserved quality of the remains of the cave bear is a remarkable feat of nature, and it not only provides us with an opportunity to observe the physical appearance of a fully fleshed and furry cave bear, but also represents a valuable source of information about various aspects of the bear's life in prehistoric times. New cave discoveries persist, serving as reminders of the untapped wonders beneath the Earth's surface. These findings ignite curiosity and fascination, leaving a legacy that will inspire future generations. Thank you for watching till the end. Which of these caves do you find most fascinating? If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.